Our first guest is a junior jazz sensation who's been hooked on that style of music since he was just a small boy. He struck a major deal 3 years ago and released his first album, selling over 100,000 copies. With his latest work, he's taken the genre of jazz by the horns and brought it bang up to date, and now at the age of 20, this new work is far from traditional.
Most you expect is sex in a text, non-stop hip-hop, online love shops. And not me. I want my love traditional. I need my love unconditional. I'm overdone being cool. Let's get back to the old school traditional.
Please welcome Peter Grant.
Very good, thank you.
Dapper, don't you? Look how smart.
My,
how you've grown.
Yeah.
Well, no, because I saw you quite a long time ago in a showcase, actually.
Right.
Yeah, and
like
you...
just over a year, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done a lot since then. You know,
I know
I've grown up a lot myself. And
So
and
what
with the
have you done
music.
in the past year? Fill us in.
Well, you know, the last album came out and blew me away. You know, it was really successful. And then we toured, and towards the end of the tour, we were like in and out of the studio doing this new album. So it's been really busy, but good fun, you know.
I mean, jazz is just getting more and more popular, isn't it? You know, now with your stuff, and there's Amy Winehouse, and it's just becoming, you know, more focal than I think that it's ever become before. And you know, I've never been a big jazz fan, and I've sung a lot of different styles, and I never ever included jazz. So and now, sort of in the last sort of year, I'm quite warming up to it. That, you know, why do you think it's become so sort of popular?
Well, I think just over the last like couple of years, like this kind of music, it's coming to fresh ears, you know. It's accessible now to people with the internet and with people like Jamie Cullum and Michael Bublé making it, you know, much more commercial to younger ears. And I think also people now don't just listen to one style of music. Yeah. You're not just a rock sort of fan or a pop, you know, and people have got a wide sort of taste in music.
It's a bit of a crossover, though, isn't it? It's not real jazz, you know, in the traditional sense, is it? It's
I
kind
think
of R&B, kind of swing kind of jazz, isn't it?
Yeah, certainly what I'm doing, it's got influences from you know, the 50s and 60s, but I think jazz it's hard to put into a genre and a style and to put into a category. It's you know, people take influences from the music that was done years ago, and there's different styles of it, and it's kind of hard to put it into a box.
And your new single's called Traditional, but just like you were saying there, what you're singing now actually isn't. Is that something that you've been moving towards in the past year?
Yeah, I think it was, you know, the first album was a very classic Matt Monro feel, and I wanted to move on from that and make it a bit more edgy and a bit more modern. And with this track, I think we've done that. And the whole album, you know, we recorded like live big bands and orchestras, and then when we got back to the studio, we'd mess about with grooves and samples, which kind of, it was great to mix sort of a 50s style with a very modern style and get a new sound.
So that's brought very young people to you, hasn't it? That probably wouldn't listen to jazz before.
Absolutely.
Well, they probably don't think they are listening to jazz. They're listening to a sound that they like, if you know what I mean. Because sometimes just having the title jazz can put people off, because they have a certain idea of what they're going to be listening to.
Absolutely. And yeah, you're right, you know, it has brought a new audience, and a lot younger. When we were doing the tour last year, I was surprised. I thought we'd just get like the older generation, but you know, there were students and even younger, like really young kids were coming to the gig.
Well, you
and
liked it
enjoying
from when you were young, so why shouldn't
Yeah, I know, but
anybody else?
it wasn't the norm, was it? You know, when I was young, everybody else was listening to dance music and hip hop and R&B. You know?
Oh, Deb, it's just lovely to listen to that sort of. I think it's all sort of. It's quite romantic.
It is quite romantic, and on that point, having that voice, have you ever used it to woo a girl?
Yeah, you know, I've tried a few times. They seem to just laugh, but I've had a go. But,
we won't laugh, will we, Cam?
No, definitely not. Anything.
So you use your... how would you do it? Would you...
Well, listen to it.
Well, no, I mean, just mean, at what point? Is it like wandering around the supermarket, or just kind of, hey, little lady?
Well, yeah, that'd be just a little bit weird, wouldn't it? I mean, I think, you know, I've had things like, I remember the best thing I ever did, like, to sort of get a bird interested was, I was really into this girl when I was younger, a couple of years ago now, and I was living in Leeds, and up on the moors and stuff, there's this massive rock and you can climb around it and get up there. And I got a lot of my mates to set up like a big table and make this Italian meal. Well, it was a takeaway, but, you know, they put it up there. And it was great. So, and this girl had no idea, and we went up there and it was all set out with candles lighting the glasses. And then, you know, once I was up there, like a summer's evening, it was great, and that's when you can sing, and that, she had nowhere to go, you know, it was in the countryside.
Yeah, exactly. She didn't jump off the end.
And did she
had
fall
to
in love
listen.
with you then?
Yes, yeah, it worked. It did work. Yeah.
Well, Peter, we're not finished with you just yet. You're going to be singing at the end of the show. What is it you're singing? Until You Come Back to Me,
Yeah,
is that right?
it's a track from the new album, which is out next Monday.
Lovely. That's the 17th of September, is that
That's
right?
correct,
That it comes out. That's my mum and dad's wedding anniversary, so perfect day.
great.
And my birthday, so it'll do really well.
Oh, brilliant, yeah, that'd be good.
For now, it's Peter Grant, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Performing Until You Come Back to Me, it's Peter Grant.
Though you don't call anymore, I sit and wait in vain. I guess I'll rap on your door, tap on your window pane. I wanna tell you, baby, changes I've been going through. For you, baby, till you come back to me. That's what I'm gonna do. Why did you have to decide? You had to set me free. I'm gonna swallow my pride, gonna beg you to please, baby, please see me. I'm gonna walk by myself to prove that my love is true. For you, baby, till you come back to me. That's what I'm gonna do. Living for you, my dear, is like living in a world of constant fear. Hear my plea, I've got to make you see that all love is dying. Although you're falling on, somehow I must explain. I'm gonna rap on your door, tap on your window pane. I'm gonna camp by your steps to prove that my love is true. For you, baby, till you come back to me. Till you come back to me. Oh, till you come back to me. That's what I'm